We're going to be talking to you about chavs as a youth culture, and we'll begin by discussing their emergence. Besides identifying specific characteristics and behaviours often associated with, yet arguably imposed upon young people adopting this identity. Chav culture is thought to have initially surfaced from neoliberal thinking which dominated the 1980s, a time when privatisation and capitalism altered the balance of a mixed economy. This enterprise culture is thought to have accelerated a social class divide, with the working class ultimately considered victims of so-called Thatcherism, consequently a process of othering which moral judgments asserted by middle classes upon working classes through ascribing negative characteristics began. For example, the word chav appeared increasingly throughout media platforms during the late 1990s to early noughties, with the first recorded use in a newspaper in 2002. By 2004, the word was common currency, was given dictionary status. The general portrayal of chavs was arguably undesirable, ultimately furthering a them and us standpoint. In this sense, it is reasonable to argue that the cultural identity of a chav may not have formed in the same way as other youth identities. There was perhaps a lack of choice in being deemed a chav initially.
Typically, a chav would be considered a young white male living in a deprived area such as a council estate, who would be loud, brash, disengaged from education and partaking in petty criminal behaviours. Furthermore, this youth subculture is particularly classified through social class, gender and locality. A study conducted by Hollingworth and Williams in 2009 gained insight into how young people identify a chav. The physical descriptors included wearing excessive jewellery, tracksuits and certain designer brands such as Burberry and Lacoste. In addition, chavs were largely defined by their disruptiveness in class, often appearing overconfident and unruly without shame.